Team Liquid had a disappointing start to the event in their home country as they lost convincingly to Cloud9 yesterday, and today they face a legendary squad with survival on the line. Could they best their old friend Fallen, or would the Brazilians roll back the years one more time? NAF shut down the Imperial B hit as the Brazilians looked to fortify an early lead, but no FNX, no ace for the Slothman.
NAF just taking everybody down. It's a 4K already for NAF. He might just go and get all 5. FNX plays towards water. 4 seconds left. Does not want to go down after the time. $100 left in his bank account.
Some vintage Fallen AWPing wasn't quite enough to recover the round for Imperial after Shox and NAF made it hostile.
That's a big pick. 25 seconds. Ooh. Another one found for Fallen, but the time is really ticking here, and Imperial need to charge to a site.
They're going to go B, but Nitro can reposition. He can get into a strong spot, and they can't clear all these positions with such little time left.
And he's going to realize this. Nitro knows he can just draw the timeout peak. 9 seconds, bomb down. He can just dance and play with his food right now. Fallen can't win the round and might go down after the time here. $300 in his bank account, and he will go down. AWP out of play, no round win, and $300 for Fallen to play with.
OC showed a little bit of why he was such hot property before his move, as he kicks off the retake in style.
Another big shot for OC. Bomb plant is committed to. OC missing this one, but NAF covers him off, and Fallen tries to get behind the dice box. There's FNX now alone, and 4 HP gets 1 before going down, but Imperial.
Shox then showed why his name was such a feared one with a nasty triple kill on the AK.
He's actually lucky that Fallen peeks alone. Fallen goes around the corner alone with the ball and sets up a perfect chance for Shox.
Elige did Imperial dirty despite such a great opening from Fur. And we'll just agree to not mention Vinny, alright?
Fur just drops back into the site, and here's Vinny on that quick flank up through connector. Team Liquid, they're being spread thin right now, but they're doing a great job at staying alive. And staying afloat perhaps in this round is Elige and NAF. Well, they're the life support, getting them right back into the 3v3. And Elige, oh, so clean on the P250. Headshot after headshot. And it's now just Fur, the player that did so much at the start of the round, needs to do everything. He's 20 HP and pinned behind the truck. Elige smells blood in the water and wants to close this one out. And it's actually NAF to take it away. 12 rounds for Liquid. What a recovery in the pistol.
Liquid somehow threw away a 4v2 on that point, with Imperial now winning 5 in a row. They couldn't, could they?
Good bit of time here as well for Imperial to play with. Nitro out towards long, tucks away, doesn't want to give a single chance away.
Truck.
Bolts is on the defuse. It's not planted for them, it's just being stuck around the corner, and Team Liquid failed to put it through yet again. Imperial stay alive.
No, they couldn't is the answer. Liquid closed it 1 round later. Phew.
OC looking to just apply pressure and keep them off the site to buy some more time for the flank to start to come through, but NAF has actually been pulled away. OC's under a lot of pressure, but that flank from Shox is coming. It's around the other side, and here it is. It's enough. Right to the headshot. Team Liquid will take map 1 versus Imperial.
Vinny's heroics weren't enough to stop NAF from dragging Liquid into a 1-round lead after a slow start.
That damage done from the HE is fantastic, and also something up Elige, and Vinny, he reacts with a distraction. They play forward, and Vinny gets a couple of kills, and it's now put down to NAF. He does get the 1 pick back on Fallen, but look how quick Vinny's relocated, and NAF reads the play, and is able to get his gun out in time. Vinny's done well, gives Imperial the advantage. FNX under a lot of pressure. Perhaps should have taken that shot on Elige every day of the week, but Elige will get the double. FNX and Vinny both fall. He protects the plants.
Shox ghosted through mid to backstab Imperial after Elige gave Liquid a chance.
They're not looking the right way, and Shox has him lined up. It's 1-2. Shox knocks him down and gives the round over to Liquid.
FNX gave Imperial a lifeline in the first half with a triplet of his own.
That isn't he. It looks like he's absolutely primed and ready for the play. Molotov comes in. FNX takes a HE from his teammates, and FNX goes back into the battle, and he comes away with another. That's fantastic work for an FNX. That gives him the 2-man advantage to play with right from the get-go. Team Liquid trying to get one player up over the woods. Ooh, the wider fight taken for Elige has not gone their way. FNX once again unleashed towards stairs. Shox actually evaded sideline and needed a second quick one there if he had a chance, but too much to ask of him once all of his teammates had gone down in the early round.
Elige rained down pain on Imperial to set up a superb half on the T side for the NA squad.
Now we have Maniac split on. They thought they were going to win this one. 3 maps. But right now, Team Liquid pressing us. Eyes on the prize of a 2-0. First kill is theirs in this round. That fight on the stairway, B actually goes Bolts' way. Elise has the effect a second, he recovers in time for it. Naf removes Bolts, and it's just FNX left standing alone.
It went from bad to worse for Imperial, who walked into OC's guillotine USP in middle. Delicious.
Yeah, didn't end well. Didn't end well the last time.
No, but maybe this time it will. Who knows? We've got OC fighting in mid. Oh, OC doing so much work, absolutely shutting them down. I was not expecting that, but Liquid are not wasting any time. They want to get this over and done with.
Naf almost put the nail in the Imperial coffin, but Bolts held his nerve to deny the clutch.
Goes over the top, he'll have to deal with that player in the back box, and it's done well for that. Naf, second kill is his. And now just a single player left. It is Bolts coming back up the rampway. Naf does not have a kit, but he has thrown a smoke on board. He hasn't tapped, so he won't cause the pressure for Bolts to commit out of the angle just yet. Naf is looking for him, trying to force the fight onto Bolts. He's tapped to try and draw him into the open, but Bolts is not biting on this. He's calling his bluff. He's staying disciplined, and as the time ticks on with the lack of kit, the smoke is now gone as well. Naf really has to just try and back away. He's not going to be able to do that. Bolts secures the round. Discipline there from Bolts to close it out.
4 from Fallen gave the Brazilians another round, despite Elise's 2 from the one and done spot.
Liquid might start to rotate away from A if they're not careful. That kill from Naf keeps them in a stronger spot.
Well, Shock's elsewhere as John
They might not clear it.
Back in. Elise looks like to be in a power position. They finally check him, but Elise still, while under pressure, is able to recuperate and take 2. Stays composed and puts Fallen into the clutch. Now alone. Put down the bomb. Smoke will start to fade away shortly, but it's given him enough time to put the bomb down and reposition into the short side. Fixated upon the headshot boost. No one's come over the top just yet.
No kit for Liquid either, and they're taking some time here. That gives Fallen a good chance.
They have a smoke to play with. Nitro can deploy that, but the lack of kit is a problem. Nitro now down. It is Fallen into 1 versus 1. Shock's taking damage, sticking the defuse, and Fallen goes back to close it out. Fallen gives Imperial another round, and their lifeline continues to tick on.
Team Liquid's lead was insurmountable in the end though, and they completed the 2-0 on home turf.
You see both teams having some weaknesses with their buy, but it's Imperial looking worse for wear. OC going for the fight, and a good flick, but here comes the Mat 10.
Yeah, Thor tries his best, but it looks like Imperial will be seeing a swift exit here in Dallas. Team Liquid looking to try and continue their run. And it's just FNX and Vinny left alone to try and keep their team afloat in the competition. So much time. And Naf is already quickly flanking in behind him. He's in behind. He slapped out FNX, and now just Vinny looking to close it. They have done it. Team Liquid take a 2-0 victory over Imperial. Revenge from the Major and continuation of their run here in Dallas.
Another hometown quintet found their lives on the line after an embarrassing loss to MIBR yesterday. But all would be forgotten if they could get the better of NIP, and the Ninjas were missing a key piece of the jigsaw. Could Complexity survive to play in front of the Dallas crowd? Grim tripled up as Complexity looked to gain a foothold into the first half.
Strong. Crisp shot nice. And the wall bank to follow. Molly at least gets thrown to buy some time for Nip to rotate if needed. Grim lurking out mid as well. Started to be a nuisance. Esatag going to be caught in transition. Jumping in the air, and Grim single-handedly takes down 2 and opens up the B side of the match.
He took down 3 once more to equalise the score and give NA fans a dose of hopium. Just don't overdose.
Full effect to bring it back to that 4-on-4. Smoke execute for Complexity now over towards the A side of things, and it's just JT going forward. Bomb not too far behind. And he's got this advanced position as well to stop anyone from jumping up here at Tetris.
It's a bit of an oversight, isn't it, from NIP in the way that they play that boost, but that flash is perfect, and that has enabled ZTR with the USP to just get through that smoke, create a bit of mayhem, and now, well, Complexity are on the back foot here in this 2 versus 2 now. Make it a 2v1. Oh, Grim! He's looking sharp today, and he steadies the ship for Complexity.
Complexity could muster just 2 kills in the last 3 rounds of their T-side, as NIP secured a 5-round lead despite that early flurry from Complexity.
That's where they last found some success.
Rez just trying to spot some boots through the bottom of that smoke. And Nip not too worried. They've been keeping track of the economy and just constantly winning this util game. JT at least able to recycle this Galil, but flash through is too much for Complexity to deal with. Junior popping his head up and down, trying to survive here. Rez goes through as well, and it's just going to be a crushing blow to end the half on double digits.
Rez nailed 3 on the pistols to get his KD up to some silly numbers, and that was a theme that continued.
Show us what they're made of here in the second half. Nip doing a miraculous job, though, for all of EU, and it's going to kick off just the way it ended in the first half.
Bit of a pain train. Glocks are rolling on up. And the first to fall is JT at scaffolding. So they've already done what they needed to do here. They pushed Complexity back into that bomb site, so it's going to minimize the amount of information they're able to get. In fact, it's actually pulled the full rotation. So Complexity are going to make a bit of a counter push of their own. And, well, I think NIP is set up for this. Ready to go. There we go. Okay, Junior provides the only resistance. That is going to be it.
Rez put a bow on the cherry on the icing and the cake with another threesome as NIP went to map point and later went on to win Vertigo.
But the numbers still strong for Nip, and Grim has no idea Rez is in this smoke. A second coming, and the trade will come through. Lineup is there on a silver platter for Rez, and it's down to Floppy yet again in a 1-on-3.
And he's so far away from the bomb site right now. He's just trying to mask his position, however. And Molotov comes through, so he's just got to crank the volume up a little bit. What is on offer for him? There's not too much. That smoke's going to provide a barrier. He's still going to go for it, though. Floppy.
8 HP. More bullets connected on his torso than the ones he sent. Turning to sender, and Rez survives on 3 HP.
Complexity started Overpass on fire, with Grim nailing 3.5 in the pistol.
Complexity are in a position to swiftly go down.
But Nip
dear
set
me.
up to punish this as well. Contact comes through. ZTR going to be going for the swing. Glock, a fair few bullets in the mag here. Grim has to go for the reload. Cover from Junior. Good enough to force them back. And there we go. Grim with the reload. Going to be coming in for 2 more. ZTR in trouble. JT takes his life. And in a 4-on-2, now Nip have no control of the bomb. And they got to try to get back towards Fountain.
That round was on a knife's edge. It could have gone either way. There was potentially some opening aggression there that could have gone NIP's way. However, Complexity have stabilised now. They've got control of the bomb. And if they over-aggress here, they could be punished for it. However, they've still got a clear mid, and then it's just going to chew up so much time.
Grim set them up and Fang knocked him down for Complexity to take a solid lead on the CT side of Overpass.
Flashing short, double peek. Trade's good, though, for Complexity. Finally, something starts to go their way. However, it's still only a 3v3. And still a lot of time and a lot of space here for Complexity to cover. Oh, Junior's just pulled the trigger early.
ZTR showcasing his movement to bait out the shot. Couldn't convert it into a kill, though, and Fang, so advanced, is going to catch both the remaining Nip members off guard, jumping on the rotation.
Grim and Floppy took all 5 in round 10 with some precision shooting.
And he's heard the footsteps rotate away from Brolin. Grim with the wall bang onto ZTR. And almost another onto Rez too. He hasn't even seen a damn enemy and he's taken down 1.5 of them.
It's a good start here from Complexity in a round that they need to just try and consolidate as much as possible.
Flash through. And that is beautiful from Floppy to find 2. Now a 4-on-2 and Complexity fast on the flank coming through from Fang. Now Grim not going to even give Fang a chance to make that flank work.
Esatag and Plopsky made it a tough half for the hometown heroes though, pulling NIP up to 6 with 4 unanswered frags.
Time again. And that utility from Complexity really starting to thin out now. Smoke molly flash remaining. And Nip hunting for some bathrooms control there. They'll just show presence, fall back. JT still tucked away in long bathrooms. May make a move for some info shortly, but look, Complexity, they need something from a man down. And they're just going to rely purely on their raw aim to try and defend this B site. But the contact through from Nip now, flash over towards Wood. All of Monster filtered out, and Fang just trying to help Floppy from afar. Both the defenders gone.
Stop.
Deleted Jim. And Nip, they're on for a 6th.
Yeah, that was just so clinical.
A back and forth second half looked like it might go wrong for Complexity, but Floppy stood tall to deny the eco win and push this one the distance.
Well, there's that molly. Just force Furia out of his position. Floppy happy to fight for that bank control, and now a crossfire established between Grim and Floppy, who They're in very solid position, but they hear Rez starting to make his way out of bank, and Floppy's pretty much done the whole job himself. Now in a 1-on-2, Esatag deciding, with the time remaining, no kit in play, he needs to slide his way in through bank, but the quick scope's not enough. Floppy with a 4K again.
Brolan had other plans. He pulled off some old school NIP magic as he blitzed 2 complexity players with the MP9.
I know there's a caster around here by the name of Elfish Guy that likes to continually talk about nip magic. Can they make magic here, though? That's the question. Right now, it looks like Complexity are the ones in control of their own destiny right now. And they are not wasting any time. Straight to BMAC.
The change in pace finally coming through from Complexity. Flopsky not going to be able to offer any defense at all. Rez going to be able to chime in at least from one, but Roland has just ran it through from short, coming straight behind enemy lines. And just like that, the round, it's turned on its head. Junior, man's got an AWP and he's pushing through the smoke. Connects with the leg onto Rez, and it's not quite enough. I don't think he's been spotted there. I don't think he spotted JT crabbing across to the short side either, but he's about to walk into the crossfire. Brolan holds the line, taps the head.
It was stand-in ZTR who finished off the victory for NIP to stay alive and kick out Complexity.
And has the molly to delay even further. Allow these rotates to come through. ZTR takes the head off of Grim and Complexity. It's Junior and JT again. The Double J duo to try to get this one across the line for Complexity.
JR and JT, I guess, in that regard. Now, smokes are good. They're going to just shield themselves a little bit. However, they don't have the HP to play with for JT, so disadvantage. They're outnumbered. They're outgunned potentially, unless Junior can salvage this round and keep Complexity alive.
Quick peek from Brolan. It lowers, and he'll hold the line for 16. Nip take the series over Complexity 2-0.
Furia's riotous aggression and free-flowing style made them a natural opposite to the methodical precision of Cloud9. And that should mean a great game with arena spots on the line. Save cleaned up the mess that Furia got themselves into after some smart mid-rounding from Cloud9.
Save for low HP of Axel. Gonna drop him easily, and that bomb goes down in an awkward spot. Save just collects every life in front of him. 2-0 start for Furia.
Safe again multi-kill to underline an excellent start from both him and his team.
Plus the line to the molly. Now Safe holding from construction in the MP9 with its rapid fire rate, able to bring down a few players, and it's clean from Furia.
Furia showed C9 the art of war on ramp to keep on trucking.
He's still going up. Art hasn't looked back, but luckily Safe gets his rifle out in time, and Art just stays committed inside of the ramp and gets a double kill out of it. While his teammates are being attacked from the top of the ramp, Art doesn't even turn. He just holds down the bottom of the ramp and he stays there to come away with a double.
Monstrous impact from Art. He just keeps on being a nuisance in ramp, and he wants even more. The AK in his hands is coming through in full force.
Cloud9 ground their way into the half, but Furia drove a stake through their hearts with a 4v5 on a force buy.
And he's at the ready. To spam away, not the cleanest. Hobbit, and so therefore goes down. Safe also making something happen, and now if Kesserano can get something done, it might just turn in Furia's favor. It's nearly a lineup of 2 players, but it is just 1.
I'm so surprised we didn't see the B players commit sooner on the Cloud9 side. I thought it would be the B players to take the first contact, and then those mid players are in a really advanced position where they can cut off rotates, or they can come in for the backstab.
Every time Cloud9 won a round, Furia slammed the Vice back down on their necks.
Great double entry there, coming down.
The AWP's B though.
Real hard on them. Safe has to try and stop it, and yeah, going into the AWP, this could be a big problem. Oh no, Yuri's just got the good position. He slipped through the smoke, but he has actually missed one. It's still 1 on T-Inters. Shiro now has to deliver a clutch. The Deagle, a couple of shots later, comes out with a kill. Now switches to the AK instead of the AWP for this one, and Shiro cannot find Safe. A round once again that looked good for Cloud9 goes the way of Furia.
Furia looked like they might run away with it, but a 3v5 on an eco turned the tides Cloud9's way.
Vertigo, one of the maps he is somewhat of a specialist on, one of his highest rated maps, and has come in with the double already here, but Axel and Inters together take 3 players in the blink of an eye. It's entirely split up from Drop, and the bomb is down, and Drop's nowhere to be seen. 48 seconds left in the timer, and Drop is on the B site with bomb down on A ramp.
Art, however, continued his reign of terror, and transferred the spray expertly to pierce the Cloud9 defense for 14.
And the peek up for Nafany, M4A4, good for 1, but quick trade from Kesserado. And Furia are just a dominant force right now as they move their way towards the A side.
Off one faked briefly, and Yuri will take that chance to take another frag.
Drop had a very quiet map, but it was his quad kill that closed out the victory on Vertigo for Furia.
He's been good, but he's so alone here.
Spotted the second player close, he's got 1. Axel under a lot of pressure, and Drop moves through, swiftly removes the head of Axel, and Shiro now dropping back. Can he make up for the quiet performance? It's just 1 from Shiro. Isn't going to be enough to keep him too competitive here, but Yuri on the play elsewhere, on the opposite side of the map, is given his life back. And now he's trying to move forward, denies the plan, but the trade is quick from Drop. Does now Drop up against Inters. Low HP on the young player for the Brazilian side. This is for the win. This is for map 1 and to steal away Cloud9's map pick. And Inters looks to try and keep them in it. Drop has moved close towards the smoke behind the generator, looking to play more advanced in this clutch. Inters starting to make his way through it. Drop sees the legs, perfect positioning, and Furia will take map 1. They will steal away the map pick of Cloud9.
A heads-up play from Hobbit gave Cloud9 all of the info and left Furia stuck between a Hobbit and a hard place.
And they had the contingency to deal with him. Safe is trying to line some crucial shots in the apartments, but Furia, the flank is coming in around the other side from Hobbit's pushed up position. He's got in behind them quickly, and the time is 6 seconds. Safe does not want to go down after the time, and well, luckily he won't. Spam through and taken out.
Yuri won a pressure cooker clutch after Shiro somehow found 2. But Nafany's reposition was wasted by his premature firing.
He's still trying to get that kill. Eventually will. Doubles up. Shiro, I suppose, well, you've got yourself in a position where you're getting some wild kills and puts it into a 1 versus 1. Nafany looking to secure the round for Cloud9.
And he has the bomb. But does Yuri have the balls to push the smoke? Well, now he's given away his position and he actually gets the bomb back.
Well, you know, he sees the smoke, takes 1 look at Art, and Art's just like, if you don't do that, you're not on my team. And so he's gone and picked up the bomb, smacked it down on the site. Now Nafany starts to think about, oh, his shot. He's given away the position. Now element of surprise no longer exists, and Yuri decides to fight. 3 secured. Furia with the round.
Inters fired back with an unorthodox 1v1 of his own to end a chaotic round.
He should come up straight away. And Kesserado can't take him out quickly enough, so that defuse is just being stuck around the corner. He's gone around, he's got the headshot. And Kesserado's got back into Palace. He's down to 3 HP, but he's still sticking around. He's pulling Inters into the fight. The shots from the USP. He's going to drop back onto the defuse. He's going to hold it through.
Art marched up mid and took out the whole C9 defense on A. You just can't let him get away with this bullshit.
Now pressure really is on Shiro. He's about to be attacked from 2 sides. And there we go. Art just comes right through. Shiro could have focused on Art's position because there were so many other players he had to worry about. And his defense really didn't help him out. His support network crumbled. And Inters has to save this one away. Furia will tie it up.
The twin fangs of Kesserado and Yuri stunted C9's B hit with some A1S goodness.
So there is pressure on Art to deliver this. Inters does go down to Kesserado. Another one for Kesserado. He's doing great work right now, and this is starting to slow, hinder, and take the sting out of the play here for Cloud9. Nafany trying to get some space and take some ground, but rotations have now come through for Furia, and there isn't really much of a threat being posted in this round for Cloud9 in the end. They had a window of opportunity there, but Kesserado takes the complete sting out of it. And now you've got to dig deep if you're Cloud9 to even get into a position to compete here.
It's so awkward for Shiro warping right here because Yuri's at the back of the bomb site. They have to handle this man, but he's sneaking up on him.
Shiro commits to the bomb plant, and with the time so low, it's denied. Yuri takes both kills to close. 12 rounds now for Furia.
Inters made a huge play on an eco, but he couldn't quite bail Cloud9 out a round later, despite Axel's repulsive trio of frags.
Helping him out, sentencing death to many players as they enter the A site, but Axel, he has fought back, snapped back, and taken 2. But still, the AK stands a drop. The AWP of Safe is still alive, but no longer will Drop be fighting in this round. Axel has other ideas for the side of Furia. Finally put down. It is Interest that has to win it against Art. The time, there's not enough of it. Art just needs to stay alive. Interest close to it, and Art's headshot will land. Furia pull it off, and that is a round that might just snap Cloud9 in half.
Hobbit provided Overwatch to protect his younger counterpart and save the round for Cloud9.
Can he get a little bit more from this? He's under so much pressure, but Yuri, he's going to use that pressure and distraction and make it work in the 5-7s. 15 seconds left, a couple of kills coming in. Inter's headshot does land. It is now Safe who has to win out alone. 10 seconds. He could cause some problems here. The bomb, it has to go down, and Safe is in a good position to cause a few issues here. If he takes down the bomb, it's no time, and he gets taken out. Luckily, Hobbit's there to help him.
Drop crushed the B hit immediately as Furia locked Cloud9 out for match point.
So he's there to... Oh, he's got blinded. It's actually worked out, and that sets up Drop instead for the distraction play to remove Axel and Interest. He's done very well there, Drop. Here is Art. We've seen a Brazilian sniper in this position before. He's decided not to go on a jump. Instead, he'll just use the rifles of his teammates elsewhere. And Art just staying tucked on down, creating distraction, pulling the attention, and setting up the rotation to get 15 rounds. Furia 1 round away from securing the 2-0.
KS Arato solo held A to complete the 2-0 for the Brazilians.
Domed out of the round, and KS Arato swiftly there to patch up the hole at connector.
Safe still in CT. There aren't that many nades left to deal with him, but another kill comes in for Axel. Keserato still holding the cross though.
They just go dry again. Nafni dry into the peak. That gives Keserato the follow-up kill. 2 locked in, knocking them down. There's just 1 player left. It's Axel, and he's too far away. 10 seconds left. This one's a done deal. Furia have taken it. A 2-0 victory. About to be locked in over Cloud9, and there it is. Furia happy with its performance, I'm sure, taking down Cloud9.
MOUZ found themselves tasked with toppling Vitality, a job that, while not easy, seemed more doable nowadays than ever. But while Vitality had shown fragility, they were still some of the game's finest players.
MOUZ actually committing in towards Banana this time. They're going to take a lot of HE damage, but it's worked out for them. Great first pick from Dorsey.
Apex, he'll look for more. Can't strike this time.
It's got to be aggression somewhere. Got to be a bit more clever about this one. In comes the A execute. Off angle for ZywOo and a whole bunch of util being dumped in. Flash over the top. Almost helps him out.
Yeah, nearly the lineup for ZywOo. It's down to just Magisk and, of course, too many players to deal with.
So low. All of that HE damage in towards Banana.
And then ZywOo decided he wasn't having any of that shit. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Vitality Talisman.
Util once again going to be expended onto the B-bomb side for MOUZ Sports, but these dry peaks into the Orcs are not really working out too well. ZywOo gets another, and he's making it look easy at the moment. Misuta just boosts it up on top of the flower pots, and yeah, I have to say, when MOUZ Sports loses the opening frag...
Apex had been quiet, but an important 1v1 from him gave Vitality a lead after Dupree's double in mid.
That is the perfect spot to answer as that push comes through brackets, but in the end it's Dupree who will catch the bomb, and now Bimas, who has been struggling on this map, has a chance to really step up for MOUZ Sports. That's his 2nd frag only.
Gonna go check out bracket. He's starting to ask himself questions about whether this is a route back towards the B side of the map.
He's got a plan.
There's
time
the
is
sound
running
cue
out of
for
him.
Apex. He's picked himself up a kid as well.
Well, Bimas needs to hit the headshot. Tucks himself in the back corner. Apex is going to know that he can't have exited the site. There is nowhere else for him to be, and that is a very routine clutch for Apex.
MOUZ led at the half thanks to JDC shutting down Vitality's aggression towards second mid all on his own.
Magisk already spotted him, but ZywOo, oh, he's done it. JDC, where has that come from? Spam through the smoke for the 3rd. And blink and you miss it. JDC just steps up and goes huge for MOUZ in the last round of the half.
Here, the off angle on brackets could be absolutely everything, but he's checked by Dorsey. Great spacing, a 4th for JDC. Go on, son.
Torji didn't even need the AWP this time to make Vitality's life hell on the A site.
Already the flashes start to ring through, but Bimas is good enough for 1. Dexter does lose his life. On the balcony, not too much more can be done, so Torsi with a late wrap. In through Diggity, might still be able to get himself something done. Deny the bomb plant, that's big! But where's the last player? He knows there's someone else lurking around, but is he in pit? Is he on balcony? Torsi wins us another fight, and that wins the round. Torsi, how?
I swear to God, people do not line up like this for me as often as they do for ZywOo. He hit a collat, as he seems to do every game, in the post plant to set Vitality up for success on Inferno.
The rest of Vitality are working their way back over here, but to be fair, there's not really been any inroads made, and Torsi's going to peek across. He gets the info spots, Magis gets the kill. He's got an incend as well to play with. He can chuck that down if he needs to. A smoke out onto the site as well, and Vitality, they're going to find it difficult to get into this one. 2 players still on that site, but somehow they're getting the bomb plant down, and JDC's died as well. MOUZ Sports, surely not from here.
ZywOo just gets off that angle, so this is going to allow the Banana players to get some space here.
For how long, though? Oh, the layup! ZywOo pulls it off again. 21 frags in the map so far, and it is falling apart now for MOUZ Sports. If you would have freeze-framed that as the push was coming into B, I would have told you MOUZ Sports wins that round every day of the week. But now it's going to be Vitality. Torsi, he's run out of time. He's run out of...
And the Starboy opened up on JDC and Frozen, but MOUZ somehow clung on to force at least another round.
Here comes ZywOo. Running through MOUZ Sports like a freight train on this map, and he is doing much the same through Banana at the moment. ZywOo steps up again, and he's putting on a show to end the map. Just keeps going, doesn't he? And Dexter eventually puts him down. Double kill for Dexter. Magisk is just running all over the map at the moment, looking for frags. Torsi, as the smoke pops, finds some cover, and also manages to find that frag. And Masuta is stuck in the 1-on-3, but doesn't really have too many options. Can't really move.
Gorgeous.
I don't really know what to say here. MOUZ stayed alive in one of the dumbest rounds I've ever seen.
Torsi hasn't been too bad so far in this event. But Dupree, he might have just given Vitality the map win right here, right now. JDC, get your gun out, man! Oh, he turns around, almost gets the second as well. What a mess that is on both sides.
Yet again.
Torsi here as well. He's got a flash in hand. Looking forward, but Pyjamas, he doesn't need it. Masuta goes down. Vitality, they're choking. It's falling apart. It's gone. What? How? How has that round disappeared?
But it was all for naught. Vitality tidied up and won round 30 to go 1-0 up in the series.
Everyone said no last time. Could be yes. JDC, wide swing, gets Apex. But they've lost Frozen on the B side, and now it gets ever more difficult. Surely not at the 11th hour. MOUZ, they cannot fall. It's the final hurdle. Dexter has pulled off a bit of magic in this map so far. A couple of cheeky multi-frags. He's going to need another one, but runs right into Masuta. You could see what he was trying to do. Needed to pick the pace up, needed to find something for MOUZ, but unfortunately, it has fallen apart, and Vitality, a 4-on-1 now for Torsi. It's not possible. 16-14.
Vitality were looking hot, and Magis looked like he might set a light with this excellent attempt at the 1v3, but he was denied by Pyjamas.
Making the difference for MOUZ. Now it's Magisk with 25 seconds left to play with. So could have got the bomb down in that meanwhile, but spam through the smoke. There goes Torsi. And now a fake plant to try to draw the peak from Pyjamas. He doesn't have much time to work with left. Magisk soon just going to have to sit on the floor, plant that bomb, fakes it again, looks for the peak. Pyjamas wins the duel.
Things got dicey for MOUZ after winning the pistol, but JDC bailed them out on the trusty Galil.
So you had one in CT while Magisk is getting this kill and one in jungle side. He gets traded. Okay. So ZywOo cleaned up on jungle. Apex in towards CT. Able to get scaled upon by the Galils.
They just want to get this one over and done with. There's an incend and they'll all turn around. The train's been derailed. It's gone right into Dupree. He'll find two before he drops. And it's a glorious prize for Frozen, isn't it? And MP9. It's going to help for sure. It doesn't look like it's coming together really for MOUZ.
Not really. Ah, run! Masuta. He was so young. He did not deserve to wreck.
Masuta then sealed the deal with a mowdown of his own as Vitality coasted past MOUZ in map 2.
Esports has been able to win a close map. Not so the case this time. They couldn't get Inferno over the line, and they're certainly not getting even close to doing that on Mirage. Misuta knocks 3 over, and with that, pretty much wins the map for Vitality. Minute 11 on the clock, and it all slows down as we wait and see what Frozen can do on that wrap behind. Low HP for Misuta. Dexter, you need a headshot here, sir, to save the game for MOUZ, and it will not come together. Galil in hand for Frozen. A 1-on-3 awaits. Bomb is up in the apartments. An almost irretrievable spot. But can he find two? ZywOo just gets around the corner in time and hits the shot. A no-scope, no less. And Vitality will send MOUZ out of the tournament. IEM Dallas is no more for MOUZ, and for Vitality, they survive.
G2 and Astralis would both be very disappointed to find themselves here in an elimination game. But getting eliminated would be the ultimate shame. Only one of them could avoid it. The Flash zapped 3 with the AWP as G2 stars began to shine on Nuke.
And it's Farlig with a Krieg. Doesn't see anyone toward Big Garage, wants to wrap around Monas. He's got an AWP, and man, oh man, so much to shoot at when you're outside on Nuke and you're that fast. And he's still looking for more. Goes back towards Squeaky Door. Even some spam heading his direction. 43 seconds. Okay, BlameF getting Hunter. That's going to open up the map a little bit for him. Still, he has 3 to find. Considering how fast the last round was in terms of action.
Another 3K from the Wunderkind facilitated the retake to bring G2 into the lead.
He's not going to get it. Monasy's too quick, and it's all on config. Stuck inside of Orange Box. And surely they've cleared everything else. They'll check this dropping down. Monasy doesn't even need to. He's absolutely nailed that as well.
Though Astralis had found their way to 5, they still couldn't get past the teenager, who this time slapped 4 to the ground.
As anyone, better in fact at times, but I doubt this one is going to have any chance. And Monasy again is the one to show up, and we snap to it just in time. Nails the kill.
Hunter and Monasy tidied up despite config stylish double deeg as G2 threatened to run away with the game.
Even with the outside presence, even with the outside control, Bomb's all on its own. If config gets one more, he's tagged him. Good recovery from Monasy, who's just been so stellar in this map. 22 kills now. Flashbang into the site. That's going to help Hunter come out and clear things.
Flash.
He didn't spot it, but he hears the bullets.
I was going to say, he didn't spot it at all. Hunter turns around to catch out the kill in the end.
Round 19 was a fun one. After Farley took an awkward fight in the lobby, Hunter felt bad for Astralis and decided he'd give them a killer back himself.
Oh dear, Hunter, that's Jax.
I bet that was a really good shot, though. It sounded like it was a good shot.
It was crispy, it was a 1.
Yeah.
It was a 1 tap. Unfortunately, his reactions to stop shooting were outdone by that of his aim, so his teammate gone.
In the end, G2 took Astralis' pick pretty easily, all things considered. Astralis just walked into their death in the lobby in the final round.
Astralis has been setting up this play for some time, but good awareness from Alexi, just holding on to it. Farlig might be able to find an equalizer, but it might not matter. He needs a couple now, because Alexi's got another one. That's Glaive to go down. They know Zipix is pushing. Oh, that all-fake getting away. It's fighting to death, and Hunter's put him down.
Hunter just barely put him down. I thought he was going to get time to get another shot off. That would have been a scary situation. More aggression, though. Won't stop there. But Monasy's aware of that position. The fact that could come, is he aware that they're both there? Not at all. BlameF's going to see his gun barrel and times the shot. Now he's going to run toward the site, but he is not aware that they're still inside of the main entrance.
An eco round almost went awry, but fortunately for Astralis, Zipex held the line.
Here comes Glaive. Oh, he's dinked.
Yeah, dinked and cleaned up. He really wanted to farm. Only able to get the 1 kill. Couple of players left to Nico. He's going to add 1 more on top of it. Now it's... Oh, no. This has gone from bad to worse. Don't give this one up. Nico's ready for the next push. This round has just gotten real spicy.
They are still collecting the weapons, so Zipex places himself accordingly. Ready for the second peek. He gets both.
Zipex was thrust into the clutch, but his boomer brain was no match for Monasy's zoomer hands.
But gets away with it as Glaive couldn't hit the shot. It's not planted for Monasy, so he's got to be quick in this situation. They're both staring him down. He does at least get Glaive, but he's got to walk all the way out. Tries to stay on top of the ledge. That gives him the angle, and this man's got a brain bigger miser way beyond his years.
2 1-deeks from the youngster wasn't quite enough to stop Astralis taking a commanding lead.
Yeah, all right, okay. Forward enough that they'll at least slow down the retake of the map, which means even though, all right, Monasy, they don't have a chance in this round. Say that, it's Monasy, but...
Glaive took 2 with a nade, just like the good old days, as Astralis took control once more.
They have no more vision and doubling the nades. Glaive's able to get Jax as well as Hunter. Blame F on the case. And my goodness, that is a fast play. And we haven't seen a lot of fast plays at long. We've seen a few contact plays, but not full committal from G2. And this time it goes nowhere, although MOUZ a chance to get a second. Oh my good God, he does. Blame F is gone and Bomb picked up. He actually might be able to make something of this round.
Farlig's got the angle, and he's a little bit quicker. That's a tough peak to make work for MOUZ.
Some filthy rifling from you already know who powered a G2 round win to break the Astralis economy.
Taken by G2, great shot from MOUZ. Oh, another one. And they know the position of Config, gotta be careful. But he's gonna fall back into the smoke. That's a MAC-10, it's awkward, but Jax gets it done at the end of the day.
Wow.
I'm getting a bit tired of telling you MOUZ tripled up to win G2 a round, but he just kept doing it.
A third kill in the round, and Nico with the AK can now start to clear from Catwalk Lane. F goes out, and MOUZ puts him down. What a recovery from the kid.
This time it was the IGL leading from the front who dropped a trio of Danes to get G2 a round win.
Alexi with the opening kill as they come out. MOUZ is coming right back to spray down one. Good long hold from the two defenders. Alexi Shirley's going to get another one. Low HP on Farlig, no chance in that fight. So G2 back on the board, baby.
Config came up with a miracle to turn a G2 favoured round into an Astralis lock-in.
Good trade from Config. Another one inside the site, MOUZ. That's a disorganized defense, discombobulated, and Config's taken scalps. Somehow he's provided the opening. It seems so unlikely.
G2 did the G2 thing where they lost a really important round against a force buy, and now Astralis were in the driving seat.
Been effective in this position, but not this time. Oh, what a turn. Blame F and Farlig shut him down, and man, this is one G2 again.
Config decided he wanted this map to be over. What are you supposed to do about that?
Can hear them coming now. Knows they've swung out, but it's Blame F that absolutely destroys Alexi B, and I think they've just destroyed G2's any chances on Dust too. As Slave goes down to catch rotations, good damage done on MOUZ. This one's over. Pack it up, pack it in.
Astralis got their first round of the game on Vertigo, even if they let Nico survive under their noses.
This is really awkward.
I don't know who sees the other first.
They might not move because timer's over.
No way.
Why not?
Round 5 yo-yoed between a win and a loss for both teams. A great rotation from Astralis here, a great headshot from MOUZ there, and then just a delightful 1v2 from Blame F. Just some good Counter-Strike all round.
No, he's got covers enough. Blame F can't get quite in position. He nails both. He got both. I thought he was going to wrap around, and take down the planter.
MOUZ. That's it. That's the tweet.
Oh my lord!
ZipX was tested towards B on the force buy, and he came out with straight A's.
There's nothing to force Zipix into the open. He can just hide and peek as he chooses. Until now, until his teammate goes down. Now he's got to fight, and he's going to win them all. USP out. Hunter is so low on HP. Zipix, fantastic performance in the round.
Alexi B had struggled to find his way into the game, but a big clutch from the captain kept the half tight.
Which direction does he go for first? Oh, absolutely nails Farlig. That's the low HP player though, so it's still a one-on-one that is straight up, and straight down goes Blame F. Alexi B gets G2 another round, 7-5.
Nico lined up 2 just as our casters started talking about his quiet game. The anti-caster's curse, perhaps?
He had 4 in the first half, he's got 8 now, and 2 in a row as they line up. Bomb goes down. Trying to bait out the angle. Did he hear the footstep or not? No, that was one above, but the shoulder shows Nico's got the hit kill, the hat trick in the round.
Glaive couldn't pull off the 1v2 as G2 got to 15 with 9 straight rounds on the CT side. Dominant.
Fakes it and goes back, but it's ramp, not scaffold. But they've lost track. The fact that he faked that direction nearly bought him some space and time because they didn't commit to the flank.
Astralis got one, but Jax was an immovable wall on B, and G2 kicked Astralis out of IEM Dallas.
Jax inside of the site, Jax with a hat trick, and that should be the game on a platter. It's all on to Glaive. Bomb down on top of the window as well, and Jax goes for the repeat to close it. Can't quite. Glaive knows he has to go for the bomb. There's no choice on this, so he's up above, but they're staring it down. Hunter doesn't quite have the angle for it, so he'll get bomb. Does he get down silently? No.
Whoops. That's the worst feeling.
Yep. He knows now he's just made his job a lot more difficult, and Nico's already closing it down. Not going to peek together, though. This is still one-on-ones. Sees the shoulder. They're not as close as he thinks. That's actually going to buy them time to now close it down, and MOUZ will get the final kill. G2 is through.
MIBR embarrassed Complexity yesterday, but with playoffs on the line they face an enigmatic big side. Could the Brazilians repeat the heroics of yesterday, Or would Big be the Dream Crushers? A brief disclaimer, we had some technical issues during this game, so if some of the clips look a little weird, no, it's not your internet playing up, and no, you don't need your eyes tested. Enjoy!
Takes a long time for MIBR to rotate across from the B bomb site, and only now are they really being able to start setting themselves up for the retake. Smokes are down in their way, but a util tossed out by Searson. He's got a smoke to play behind, and Tabson is already chiming in with one. It is really coming down to the wire now for MIBR, and they are running out of players, but I think ultimately the big problem is they've run out of time.
They ran out of time.
Cello smacked Big around with the big green as MIBR mounted a surprisingly impressive first half.
Site with 3 players stacked on it. Close range angle for exit. The flash does connect. Jota is there for the trade, but he can't get much more than that. And it's on to Cello, who hits a nice flick. Grimbo down. Searson also falls, and Cello stepping up with the AWP. Almost denies the bomb plan. Gets it on the second attempt, but it will, of course, leave Tabson alone. He has the benefit of having the bomb working in his favor, but 1-on-3 can't hold on to it, and
Big needed a big half, and this start from Tabson and Searson went a long way.
But MIBR, they've been looking pretty good so far on Mirage, and we'll see if that's going to continue. Oh, a big headshot from Cello is going to try to get them into the A bomb site. Big, of course, do still have some defenders. Searson behind the firebox. Tabson, a couple of quick taps. Indeed, call him Tabson as he finds the heads.
But MIBR was standing tall. Though Cello might have got knifed, they were grinding rounds out exceptionally.
They're just working their way through relatively comfortably. Cello is not going to check behind him, so it'll be a knife in the back. The first one that we've been able to catch on the B stream at this event so far.
As Big looked to make the comeback, it was Searson who roasted 4 to keep the comeback dream alive for Big.
Actually flashed him off, but Turtle unable to find anything on the entry. Searson's able to set himself up, and it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Searson makes it look easy. 3 kills, and that's the end of the round. MIBR hoping that Cello will be able to hold on to the AWP.
Now Big are actually going to go for this. Going to go try and push him, take that out of his hands. And Farvan just playing with fire. He's surrounded by all angles. Cello does manage to get the no-scope. And will he hold on to it? The answer is no. He dies after time too, so...
And indeed, Big pulled it back from the brink to take us to overtime on Mirage.
That smoke, Fabian is not watching him. Crimbo is not watching him. They're lined up the totem pole, but they turn in time and they survive. And already that's the third now frag for Big. It is going to be overtime now, surely. MIBR, 2 players against 5. It's 4 now, but get a molly into firebox. That's going to start to put pressure onto exit. They can probably chuck one under balcony as well, or into sandwich. There's a lot of avenues of attack here for Big, and there should be no world where they drop this round. Searson, he's got one. Bit is able to trade it on back, but no coach hero this time. And that's 15-15, going to be secured by Big. What a magical comeback that was.
Searson opened up with 2 to keep Big's streak of CT rounds intact as they look to complete the comeback without answer.
It kind of feels like Big is on a bit of a rampage at the moment. I think they are going to go 3-0. Searson, he didn't have to do too much in that clutch last round, but starts off fantastically in the final round of the first half of OT.
But Turtle and MIBR had other ideas, showing some resilience to finally break that streak and retake the bomb site.
Been a bit of an MVP for Big in this event so far, but I like this from Crimbo. He'll be hearing those footsteps in connector, waiting patiently. Gets one down, but now we'll have to find another 2. His position known. And Turtle makes no mistake. MIBR survive another round.
It was another retake that led to them pushing Big to a double OT.
Dealt with Bit. There's still a player on the bomb side. He gets mollied out, I think, by his own team. I'm not sure where that one came from. Bomb plant is going down. Tabson on a great angle to make a difference. He could line them up if he could just see them. And the barrel of the AWP is spotted out. Searson dies. Crimbo inside of the smoke loses his life as Jota just spamming through it. He walks into it. Tabson lines up 2. No. Can't find any more. OT number 2.
While it had been the CT sides on top for so long, Favon reminded us of the power of the post plant.
Faven has cleared out Palace, and Tizian tucks himself in the corner right here next to Stairs. Gets one. No more than that. And it'll now be on to Faven, who has to pick the pace up a little bit, has to make a bit of noise. Don't think he's been heard just yet. The defuse is not on. And he might be able to still win this one. He spots out two. Faven has done it. It's a second round on the T side for Big.
Here for this retake. So they're going to try and maintain player advantage, sit a little bit deeper. Don't want to overextend themselves. They don't want to give the pick. They just want to get into that post-plant scenario and play it from there. They've been so good at that on that CT side.
I'm not sure it's going to end up being a post-plant scenario anymore, Jim. 13 seconds left. MIBR, the bomb is still a long way away from getting planted. Faven is holding that cross with the orb as well. And they all swing and finish off Jota. What a comeback from Big.
Crimbo moved up to 8 kills in 4 rounds with a pretty easy 4-piece. I love me some eco kills.
At the moment, kind of know what's up because this has been a very good start to the map. Flash sailing past Crimbo, and he might be on for the ace here. It's going to be a clean, crisp one. He's got 3 bullets left, though.
That's 3 headshots.
3 headshots, not quite going to be required.
Perhaps they could have used Crimbo and A to hoover up those kills, because the pistols reign supreme on the upper site.
Squeezed out an extra buy, but they really want that set of utility and AKs. Oh. The grenade could have done far more damage to Cello, however. They're just going to try and get themselves out topside here. The CZ rolls on in, and this is actually working for MIBR.
A little bit messy for Big. All of that hard work being squandered. Nade over the top. It'll do a slight amount of damage.
It's nothing.
I wonder if there's a bit of an incentive here to just save the guns.
And then MIBR got smacked back to reality through the smokes.
But all the smoke's going down from MIBR.
Ooh.
Tabson manages to find a line through.
He's seen this movie. He knows how it goes. Oh, perfectly timed incendiary as well.
Yeah,
it leaves the bomb
rough.
super isolated. It's out in no man's land.
How will they recover from this? They've got to recover the bomb first and foremost. I actually think that smoke is a little too shallow. Yep. He's going to cop a bit of damage there, Turtle. Putting his neck out for the team. Exit's just trying to remove Faven from the vents.
Might come down to Turtle. It'll come down to timing here as well for Faven. He is going to be stoically watching that one angle, and he's chosen correctly, waiting for the peak. He'll get both. Turns around. He thought there was going to be an attempt at a trade from the same angle, but...
Faven compounded MIBR's misery with back-to-back-to-back headshots to win the 3v3.
Now they've got no idea where Crimbo is. Eventually, he is unveiled by Exit. That, however, is going to be a crossfire angle for Faven to play with. Searson, he'll hear the last player drop down the vent. God knows how he even let that happen. But he'll go creeping down after him. And Jota has a very tough crossfire to break. A player at his back in a moment. Searson will find him. Faven, he spotted him out. Searson just got the info. It's a very winnable round for them, and it's almost a must-win round for them.
Looking quite good. They're in the box seat. It's that player right under Heaven.
Tizian's locked out of the site, still looking to do some damage. Catches Cello with a couple of bullets. Crimbo, the only one unaccounted for, but Jota on the angle is unable to do much about it. HP definitely advantageous for the CT side, and numbers now as well, but time working against them, and Tizian, I don't know that he's going to get it done. Cello knocks a couple of heads off anyway.
But MIBR were powerless to resist Big from there on out, as they won round after round after round to secure a playoffs berth 16-4.
Gets behind them, 5-7, a connection onto Cello, puts him low. Tabson on the flank as well. They've taken a leaf out of MIBR's book. They've just pushed everywhere on the map at the same time. That lobby crunch comes through. Perfection from Big. And they will find double digits. 36 HP and 42. It is definitely achievable for Exit, but my concern is going to be the aim punch. If even one bullet hits him, he's got no chance. And in fact, if it's a headshot, he won't really even get to see his opponent. So Faven really having a fantastic time on this second map. He's been such an impressive performer for Big since joining this roster, and even prior to that, on his previous team, he was definitely a standout.
slow and steady, trying to win the race.
I mean, that's pretty much all of it used. Still hanging on to a few vestiges of hope for MIBR, but Bigger are starting to encroach in onto that A bomb site. Already an opener for a couple of the big members, and the trades are coming through thick and fast as well. There is just one player left. It's Cello, and he was good on the first map. He's been decent on the second. He's been the pick of the bunch today for MIBR, but that is not going to matter. Big. They're going to secure their spot in the playoffs. They're going to go through bare minimum to the quarterfinals.